Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Fanadian here. I'd like to welcome you all to another video, and today I'm going to be coming at you with another little Miami Dolphins off-season training camp news update, whatever you want to call it. So let's get started here with the news, and the first little tidbit is wide receiver Allen Hurns is going to be out for 3 months with a wrist injury that will require surgery. And this really sucks for him because he is one of the players that was competing for a spot on the 53-man roster. Brian Flores did confirm in his press conference that they will be putting him on the injured reserve list. He's not getting cut. I know some people are asking why. Essentially, they don't really save any money for cutting him. It's only like $1 million. And also, they are using last year's injured reserve list rules, so you can have an unlimited amount of players return from the list. In previous years, you can only have 2 players return. This year, it's unlimited. Also, just in case you don't know, if you are on the injured reserve list, you do not count towards the 53-man roster limit, so you can essentially have an unlimited amount of players on the IR list. Next up, I've heard a lot of people talking about the team trading for a tackle after the first preseason game. That left many fans disappointed with the O-line's performance, and it looks like the Finns did decide to make a move as they have traded a 2022 7th round pick for the Carolina Panthers' former 2nd round pick, Greg Little. He plays tackle. If you're wondering how good he was at tackle, in 2019 he played 3 games and then unfortunately had a season-ending injury, and then the same thing essentially happened to him the next season in 2020. So he's only played in 6 games where he's done okay. The Finns only traded a 7th round pick for him, so that kind of shows what, the teams kind of think of him. So the expectations aren't super high for him, but this is kind of one of those low risk, medium reward kind of trades that could work out for the Finns, and if everything works out, he can help fill a hole on the roster right now, which is offensive tackle depth. So we'll see what ends up happening with him. I know a lot of people are freaking out right now about the O-line. I think a lot of people really are overreacting. I think we need to take a little bit of a chill pill. Yes, the offensive line performance was not pretty, but it was just the first preseason game. This team's really young. Give these guys some time to develop and get used to playing with each other. A lot of these guys are swapping positions. We have dudes coming in like Michael Dieter that weren't starting last year, so give these guys some time. Wait until the season starts for the hot takes and to start being like, all right, what's going on here? I know personally for me, I'm not going to really start going in on these guys until we actually get into the season, unless we see something like really egregious from one of these players, which we really haven't, right? Like even Austin Jackson, that's been getting a lot of flack. The only real issue with him has just been consistency, and that is something that can be worked on. So we'll see what happens with the O-line. We'll see if they make any more trades. It's just that there really isn't a lot of just starting caliber offensive linemen out there that you can trade for. They're pretty rare commodity good O-linemen just because there's not a lot of them. It's a pretty hard position to play and a pretty underrated one at that. But also, speaking of offensive linemen, rookie Liam Eichenberg has returned to practice and has been playing right tackle in practice after missing some time in that preseason game against the Bears, so having him back should help out the team. If you're wondering why he's at right tackle and what happened to Jesse Davis, that's because Jesse Davis's wife is actually having a baby, so congratulations to them. So if you see something about Jesse Davis missing training camp time, it's not because he's injured, it's just because he just had a baby. So hopefully, Liam Eichenberg could take advantage of this time he's getting at right tackle, and who knows, maybe everything works out and he goes out against Atlanta and just plays a crazy game and we're not really worried about the O-line anymore. Also, his fellow rookie Jalen Phillips has also returned to practice after missing most of training camp with an injury. He was also out for that Bears game, so hopefully both him and Eichenberg are going to be good to go against the Falcons, so these rookies can get some practice and are ready to go when the season starts. Also, speaking about the Falcons, the team's joint practice against them starts tomorrow, so hopefully we get some pretty interesting news tidbits from that. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the Miami Dolphins beat writers reporting about how the Dolphins are stomping them, and then going and seeing the exact opposite from all the Atlanta Falcons beat reporters. And yeah, that's just a little a little joke there. So there's one little last thing I want to talk about here, and that is about Tua. And I've actually seen a lot of nice things being said about him in the national media, which is really nice because I was scared after that interception, based on how all these talking heads were talking about him throughout the offseason, that we would see this guy just get bashed by the media. But I've actually seen a lot of praise for Tua this week, which is really nice because he's just been getting hated on all offseason, and I think one of the reasons why is because a lot of fans actually get their opinions from these talking head shows. A lot of fans can't keep up with all the different teams. They don't watch all the games. They only focus on their own team. So they form most of their opinions about other players from what they hear on these shows. So if they go on there and they see some dudes like, Stephen A. Smith or just whatever talking bad about Tua, they're going to think Tua's bad. But if all these shows on ESPN and NFL Network, if these guys are starting to, change their tune a bit and start to praise Tua, hopefully the Tua hate train slows down a bit, and us as Miami Dolphins fans no longer have to suffer from all these, pretty bad hot takes that we've been seeing all off season. So that's pretty much it. There hasn't been a ton of news with preseason starting now. Training camps kind of slowed down a bit as there are travel days and rest days, and everyone's just getting ready for the season. If something big happens, I'll let you know. If not, my next video will be the preview for the game against the Atlanta Falcons. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like it if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more Dolphins content, and until then, thanks for watching everybody, and hopefully I see you in the next video.